Jamie, obviously a really tough loss. Why did you come out just the wrong side on the scoreboard?
Yeah, frustrating. I think we spoke a lot about in the week, like there'd be moments in the game we know we would maybe go behind or be under pressure, but we spoke about fighting to get those moments back, and I think we did that really well throughout the game. I think you even saw at the end, like we gave ourselves an opportunity to win it, but unfortunately it didn't go over. So. But yeah, I think I'm proud of the boys and the way they performed, and I'm confident that we can learn some lessons from it.
Obviously it'll be a tough one for Blair. What have you said to him, because he did so many good things out there?
Yeah, I think that's the main thing. He had an outstanding game, I thought, all around the park, and he's missed one kick. Unfortunately, everybody makes mistakes. We had opportunities to win the game before that, so it shouldn't have come down to it. So told him to keep his head up and be proud of the way he performed.
Maybe 14 penalties conceded, the yellow card, some chances that went begging really. Does it feel like one that got away from you?
Yes. I think we definitely created more opportunities than they did. I think the lesson for us and the learning for us is just taking those opportunities, because it could have been a bigger gap at the end.
Pleased with Ollie getting his first try.
Really pleased for him. No, I thought he took it really well. I was on. I could have scored it, I reckon, if he'd given me it. But no, I'm as glad he finished it. We're a bit closer to the posts.
What's the thing that hurts? What's the most frustrating thing about that?
Nothing hurts. I'm proud of the way we performed. Obviously, you never want to lose test matches, but all we can do is control the way that we perform, and the things we spoke about were, like I said earlier on, like when those momentum swings come, like how do we fight to get it back? And I thought we did that really well. Obviously, the result was the one that hurts the most.
How did you feel captaincy win the first game?
Well, we lost, but I think it went well.
But your own experience of it?
I thoroughly enjoyed it. Look, for me, I said from the get-go, like I don't really want to change anything. I speak a lot as a player as it is. Just maybe people listen now. But yeah, look, I enjoyed the experience, and I'll be looking to do some learnings going forward as well.
Jamie, there were a lot of penalties both ways. I think the counts were about equal in the end. Was he a difficult referee to work with, to read?
No, I think, like you say, because it was even, he's probably fair. You've got to read the referee on the day, and I thought he was clear around why he was giving those penalties away. It was up to us about reacting to that, and but I think it's one of those ones where it's frustrating, but like, you can only play what's in front of you.
Jamie, Blair did a lot of good things up until throughout the game, really, but obviously a lot of people will focus on what happened at the end. Given how you, depending on how you react, so the boys have to get a rally around him over the next few days.
Blair will bounce back, I know he will. I think it's important that us as a playing group and as a nation get behind him, because like you say, he did do a lot of stuff really, really well. So I back Blair. I'm confident that I've seen what he can do week in, week out. We all make mistakes as players, so no, I'm confident that he'll bounce back from this and he'll be great next week.
Anything else for Jamie? All right, thank you, Jay. That's you.
You can leave that.
Great.
Unless you want to listen to me answer questions.
That's how it works.
I might learn something.
Best move you've had all day. Gregor, at one point defeat at home is always going to be tough to take. It was a game you could have won. Should you have won it?
Oh, well, that's just probably a matter of opinion. We think obviously we should win it. We've had opportunities, but it doesn't really matter, does it? We didn't win. Last year, I was thinking that last year was 15-13, and it went to 15-13. I thought, well, with 20 minutes could be this game's same score at the end. 16-15, we did have chances before. Obviously, the yellow card, we had a big chance at that period. It made it tougher when we were a man down and conceding a couple of penalties. But I was proud. I'm always proud of the way the team plays, but I was delighted with how they responded when we went behind, because that was a big learning for us from the third test in Argentina when we were ahead and didn't really play that well in the last 15 minutes of that third test. Whereas today we came back, we regrouped, we had opportunities, and obviously had an opportunity right at the end.
How is he going to be able to get you afterwards?
He's quite down, and I talked to him about the technical side of it. That's the key thing there. You can't think about a kick that doesn't go over the last minute of the game than a kick that doesn't go over the first minute of the game or in training. Like, and that's easy to say, but it's what you learn from that. So next time you're there, is it keeping the head down longer and follow through? What technical thing that you need to work on? But for him, obviously, it's going to hurt, and that's sport. Or with the post decides whether you win or lose sometimes.
As Jamie was saying earlier on, I take it you would have taken duties if you select him against Fiji next week. Taking duties if you select.
Yeah, if selected, yes.
Would he have expected to get that there? How has he been doing the kicking and training against them?
Yeah, very well. And I think in the third test in Argentina, the last test he played for us, I think he only missed one, and it was off the crossbar. So he's kicked very well for us in tough environments before. He doesn't kick regularly at his club, but a few tens don't kick regularly, or a few kickers don't kick regularly, and he's got to use this as a learning for him so next time he gets that chance, he knows what to do technically. But
what did you make of his performance overall? 'Cause I'm guessing he did a lot of the things you would have wanted from him.
yes, he did. He led the team in attack. He's led the team all week really well. In terms of our attack, I don't think we fired that many shots in the first half. I felt that we played a little bit within ourselves when we got into the opposition 22 in particular, and that changed in the second half. And there was definitely more movement of pass, shifting the target. It got more of our ball runners, ball carriers into play. We created opportunities. Obviously, one of them passed to Jamie. I think we were chatting to Jamie. I think if he just held his width a little bit, that's a big space that we could go on and score a try from. So second half was better from that perspective. And I always realised or thought that we're not going to be 100% our best abilities in the first minute of the game. So maybe we just were a bit too safe in that first half. And when you play the top teams, top defences in the world, you need to be more than just safe. And I think that would have got us a try in the 22 when we were held up in the first half.
The minutes leading up to the 16-15 penalty from Foley, Gregor, could you talk us through that? Because there was a misline out in there. There was the crossfield kick that was the two boys let go to touch.
Oh yeah.
And then there was a penalty, it was a Hamish came up offside.
Yes, well the crossfield kick was a penalty to touch,
Yeah.
Which would have been an error from them if they hadn't kicked it out, and so we could have stopped that ball going out. Yes, that would have been a big turning point in the game in our favour. The line-up was really contested all day, so whether it was an overthrow, they had one earlier that we got a breakthrough, or just the pressure in the middle of the line-out, that the jumper's not able to go at the top of his jump. But that was a really contested, messy area at times. We felt our maul a few times close to their try line, the dynamism that we had that maul and it going down 3 times in a row, and all of them have been deemed to be us taking it down. That is unusual. I'm not saying if it's right or wrong, but it's unusual. So in that moment, we actually defended them all very well, and they had to break out. I don't know if you saw the replay, but Nick White has his hands on the ball. No one else has got hands on the ball. He's pushing into the chest of a player, and Hamish was deemed to be offside. So smart play by them, and it got them the 3 points to go ahead. But we did get back in and have a chance to win at the end. But that was a crucial 3 points, yes.
Was that a fair call by the ref?
I believe no, and it wasn't the ref's call. The ref said play on is just a knock on. The touch judge, the assistant referee, who was on the far side, so maybe 50 yards away, said that Hamish was offside, but he wasn't offside. Nick White had taken the ball out of the maul.
So you feel a bit aggrieved?
Yeah, but that's sport. Like, they would have had a scrum for the knock on, so we would have to defend that situation. The important thing is how you react after those moments, and we've been working a lot on that, and we feel today we've shown a big improvement in that area.
What did you make of the yellow card, and how big a turning point was that?
It's the game. I'm in the coaching box. Steve Tandy says, we could be in trouble here, and I said, no, that's a world-class clear-out. Brilliant bit of someone sprinting to get with the ball carrier, like athletic second row, and his first or second game for Scotland. millimetre away from being the best clear out you'll see to actually hitting the smallest guy in the field in the head area, and it's the game. I personally believe the jackal should be taken out. There's too many injuries on the jackal player, and there's too much risk of where do you take someone out. We have to win races to win contacts. So we're encouraging our players to sprint to win that race, because if you don't win the race, then you're not going to be able to move that jackler. So if someone's sprinting, thinking he's going to win the race, and he's not going to change he's not going to slow down within a yard before the ruck in enough time. So that's it. And we said this to Glenn, that's a world-class bit of play or a yellow card. And there's nothing you can change about it, unless you decide not to go at the ruck and let the player win the ball. But that is our game, so I'm not saying if it's right or wrong, but personally believe we need to get the jackal out.
Was Steve thinking red when he said we're in trouble?
He just said we're in trouble, so...
Contacted the head.
Yeah.
I know everything you're saying about jackal, and yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. And
Contacted the head.
then all our players thought they were going to the TMO because of the head shot on Doohan beforehand, but yeah, that's rugby just now. TMO's intervention. Obviously the TMO at the end, I've never seen that in a game before, when someone's yellow carded and he's off the field and the TMO says you should bring him back on because the deliberate knock on Doohan might not have was covered. Like if it's a deliberate knock on, it's a deliberate knock on. The referee gets to give the yellow card. I don't think it would have made much difference, but we should let the referees referee.
Has there been a rule change there or what?
Well, I believe if it's if there's no cover, that's when you're talking penalty try.
Yeah.
I think the referee has to say whether it's a deliberate knock on that's stopping the attack, it's a yellow card.
Yeah.
So it'd be good to hear why they thought that was no longer a yellow card. But it was close to the end of the game. Whether it would have got us an opportunity in our face play, we did get one and got a penalty. One less player in the field would have helped too.
Would you be seeking clarification?
Probably not. We'll get we speak regularly with Joel, and we get reviews. But yeah, it's on to the next game now.
Gregor, going back to the Glenn Young thing, you saying that's the game. I take it you're talking about, that's
the risk. The risk and reward of the game. So that's us. Like, obviously there was a red card in this morning in the Japan-New Zealand game for a jackal player. Nothing like Glenn's. Glenn's was a very good clear out, using his wrapping, but his bicep caught the Australia player in the, I think, shoulder and chin, so that's what deemed it as a red card.
And in terms of the game, this game, how significant do you think it was? And, they scored while you're down to, the momentum changed, is it? I mean,
yeah,
it's
a massive point. It's a massive point in the game, and I don't think even the yellow card. I think obviously we didn't score the try from the break, but we would have had a scrum to Australia 5 yards from the own try line. You've got an element of pressure in that area, so to get a penalty against us, to get a yellow, we're down at the halfway line, then obviously a yellow card, you have to defend differently. Teams have an advantage, so yeah, massive part in the game.
Should we take one more question and move on to the Monday section?
Who's Sam Skinner? Who's Sam Skinner?
He's more positive in the change room. He had a foot injury issue. He's in a boot, so we don't know how long that will keep him out. We've had 3 second rows injured since we announced the squad, and Ritchie Gray, Scott Cummings during the week, and Sam Skinner. Ritchie Gray should be full training next week. He's gone through the protocols up to yesterday, and let's hope Sam is available for these games as well.